Welcome to Webomaniacs World of Wrestling. I am the Webomaniac, and with or without people, I'm fine with actually doing this kind of a show. It's how I started, and more do come and they do go. And I just want to say, for those that are with me, you know, welcome. You're on this ride with me. For those that just want to have reasons to sit back and either criticize, or I've actually gotten one of the first negative comments, believe it or not, and it was about my graphics. It was about my graphics. At first I thought they were talking about just all the surrounding stuff. These are not graphics. I am not sitting at some green screen and this is pumped in the back. No. You're looking at the real deals right here. Okay. Took a lot to acquire this. I could pan my camera and show you all the rest of my collection, but I won't necessarily do that because we're a kids friendly show and we're pressed for time. So let's get to it. We're going to be talking today about, it's really been tough to think of certain topics when you think about death and how you lose people. We lose our stars, and to some, it's really a loss. Take, for example, Taz. Never saw that man cry in his whole career. The human suplex machine. Taz, the announcer. Taz. Jones this and Jones that. Taz cried after the loss of Sabu. For those that don't necessarily know or have followed his career, his main marquee was that of ECW with, in my estimation, when I watched him, I thought for sure he was trying to do high cross bodies in a different stretching kind of way or something, where when he flew, he just went at a different angle of what you're used to seeing as a high cross body, say like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat coming off onto, say, Ric Flair or something like that. But Sabu, not going to do a whole lot of talking, but we're going to talk about the aspect of respect that wrestlers don't get while they're alive. This show is actually for the YouTube audience. And for those that aren't subscribed yet and you see this as a clip or something, youtube.com/Webomaniac. Also, if you'd like to be on the show, you can write me at webomaniac211@gmail.com. I'd love to get your questions. I'd love to answer your questions best that I can as a fan that's been a fan of wrestling since 1978. Do I look it? Some say yes, some say no. Those that know me know I know what I'm talking about when it concerns professional wrestling. That's why I am the Webomaniac. I am the mania behind everything that is pro wrestling. Okay. I don't have backstage insight. I don't have press questions answered. I have my eyes, my ears, and my awareness of how WWE storylines operate. And with that, I've gained a vast knowledge over the course of, I want to say, over 35 plus years. So it's not something to put down on just because, oh, he's a fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not been in the business. How dare he say such and such? It's just like Stone Cold Steve Austin says he won't talk about Vince McMahon. Why? Because the son of a gun actually gave the man his job. Whereas people like Eric Bischoff didn't see the potential for a Stone Cold, and Vince did. Tried that ringmaster get up and everything, but eventually you land on pay dirt, so to speak. The pay window came when Stone Cold arrived. Now, I only bring that up because, like I said, he didn't have anything bad to say about McMahon because, you know, he still respects the guy. Just the same as John Cena still respects the guy. And John Cena's your 17-time world champion. Big whoop in this fan's opinion here. It was kind of writing on the wall when they were beefing him back up, getting him back ready. It only stood to reason that he would make some sort of a comeback after losing the Royal Rumble. And of course, he inserted himself in to that elimination chamber without qualifying. There was your first flag of a heel turn involving Cena. So, since Cena is our champion and he makes everything revolve, we're gonna talk a little bit about Cena today. We're going to talk about announcers and the respect they're not getting, but do they deserve it? Coming up on the other side of this break.
Hey Webomaniacs, it's J Hope, your favorite jewelry girl. I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi, and I want to invite you to come visit my business page over on Facebook. It is Jewels by J Hope, and if you mention that you are a Webomaniac, I will gift you a free piece of my jewelry. Now hurry, because this is a limited time offer. I look forward to seeing you over there, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.
Welcome back. Okay. Announcers and the respect they're not getting, but do they deserve it? Announcers, commentary, play-by-play, color, analysis. That's really what commentators, when they wear headphones and a headset, it's really what they should only be doing, is commentating. You never saw someone like a Harry Carey back in the day of, I know, I'll probably be telling my age here. I don't care. The thing about it is, you've never seen him go off and say, "Will you just stay on or run to second base?" You don't see him saying that. You don't see other announcers saying, "Can you just get the 10 yards? Get it over with already." Well, in wrestling, we have what some consider to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time announcer. Highly suspicious in my eyes that Michael Cole would ever be known as the greatest of anything. He was the greatest at getting dumped on by D-Generation X, who, by the way, is running what? WWE. He is the greatest at getting people to feel sorry. He is the greatest at two-faced standards, where 1 minute talking fairness, only for the next to be biased. How many times could we have to listen to during Backlash in that match with Gunther and Pat McAfee? How many times were we going to hear on that headset, "Come on, Pat, come on, Pat, you can do it"? Yes, if you're giving the kind of commentary of a perspective from a fan's base, by all means, you do that. But there's a reason fans don't get shown on TV a lot, because of what they feel they're seeing and how they want to express themselves. You already put a protective barrier, you say, is to protect them, but it's really to keep them from actually expressing themselves freely the way you're allowing one Michael Cole to do on commentary. So do they deserve it? Commentators deserve respect, but if you're showing no means of a reason to be respectful, no, you get what's coming to you. You stand there and stand up from your desk rather than sitting down. I know fans get on the edge of their seats all the time, including myself. But if I am a professional in a professional wrestling company, such as WWE, The Rock didn't speak for the people. He spoke for himself, and the people only went along with it. Only went along with it so long till what? You're right. Until he's made mockery of. So, time and place to actually be an announcer. Even backstage announcers get flack for questions that they wanted to ask, and they were doing it professionally, and they're the ones that get roughed house, and you guys on the commentators table actually laugh about such things until it happened to you, when you stood up and actually poked the bear, so to speak, when you actually told Gunther, I'm not the one that tapped out. I'd say those were encouraging words. I'd say that was, okay, you got my attention. Now, on the flip side of this, fans who flip the middle finger, say F words, say all the BS stuff that we don't allow here because this is a kids-friendly show. And if you'd like to be on, please write me at webomaniac211@gmail.com. But these fans, there's ways to deal with them professionally as a professional wrestler. It's often said by the very commentators when they're talking about a competitor in the match, don't let the fans get to you. Look, he's letting the fans get to him. He's standing there on the top rope, jaw-jacking at the fans. Whatever it is, whatever terminology they're using, they will say this, and it's more so to try to get that message out, and at the same time, everyone realized, okay, well, no one's hearing that. The wrestlers aren't hearing that. So what do you got to do? You got to send the wrestler over by the commentator's table. For one thing, why isn't the commentator's table actually in the audience like one time before Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse the Body Ventura, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and so on. Mr. Perfect, Roddy Piper, all different partners of these individuals. Okay? And even, oh yeah, the Macho Man, yeah. Well, if you would not focus attention on the commentator's table and just allow fans who are watching on their TV sets, we're not there hoping to see what's happening with you over there. Just sit over there, eat your snacks, drink your drinks, play on your phone, do whatever you're going to do. Everything short of showing us what's personally going on with announcers. Wrestling had a playbook to play by, and that was the announcers hype up the wrestlers, the announcers stay out and do not cause drama, and that is exactly with what is happening, and Michael Cole, to me, stepped over that line when he actually went to antagonize Gunther. Because there's no barricade separating around the announce table. If there was, Gunther would just realize, he's like one of these others out here. But that's not to be the case. And when we come back, we're going to talk about, as I said before, talk a little bit about John Cena. Stay tuned for Corner Post Comedy, as well as a host of other things here in Webomaniacs World of Wrestling.
If you're ready to level up your wrestling collection, don't forget levelingupwithg.com/free and get your free collector's guide.
You're listening to Webomaniacs World of Wrestling. Great to have you back, folks. All right. John Cena, 17-time world champion. I said it before. I'll say it again. Big whoop. Why do I feel that way? Because when you win titles, it should not have to matter how many you win. That's like asking somebody to go win trophies in Little League Baseball. How many can I fit on my showcase? You know, one should only always be sufficient. One should always be appropriate. Shouldn't have to be this multiple time amount just to make yourself still known for who you are. Fans know who you are once you're over. When you're over with fans. If you don't, then by us fans' opinion, you suck. And it seems people want to market that and actually make it into something that it's not by saying, you suck, no, you don't. You suck, no, you don't. You know, it's one or the other. And for years, fans, the exact same fans, have antagonized one John Cena. He was just smart enough to cash in on the holdout. He had holdings. Us fans, in saying what we say, where, okay, the first time that it ever happened, it may have been one side of the arena was saying, let's go Cena, and the other side was saying, Cena sucks. But it became a trend. It became more of a thing to do. And sadly, when those things happen, then it's not really a matter of you being over. It's a matter of you being just constantly redone. And what happened? What happened with Hulk Hogan and the people? Every time, even when he would come to do this, ripping the shirt off, it just kept happening. It was repetitive. And WWE and wrestling as a whole needs to understand so much repetitive is going to put us off. Case in point. The late 70s to early 80s, when this fan started watching, you would see what was established as who the superstar was based on who somebody you never heard of before. Later in the company, people would come to know those as jobbers. People that never really got to those bigger shows, never got to the grandest stage of WrestleMania. So, in technicality, every single athlete in there is a jobber. You all have jobs to do. Okay? Depends on your job description in the contract of that night, whether you are contracted to win or contracted to lose. You are there to put on a performance and you have a job to do so. So everyone in wrestling is really considered a jobber. But what I'm referring to in the late 70s to early 80s was it got repetitive. It got too much that you could expect not the unexpected, but you could expect the expected. And you got it. And it basically became, to some, what would term today as a yawn fest. Okay? Or a reason to go visit the toiletries, if you know what I'm saying. So, do we think that as far as Cena goes, is this heel turn something that he was already just doing it, but he would play along to do that good guy role only to cash in? Many others have done the same thing. And they're hating on Hulk for actually doing it when he come out, and he says, I did it for the money, Kevin Nash, another cool cat that everybody loved so much, says he does it for the cash. No problem against him. As long as you're saying curse words and swearing on other people's podcasts or something, you're cool. That's not the way it is here in Webomaniacs, World of Wrestling. Catch us when you can. I'm Webomaniac, and this has been Webomaniacs, World of Wrestling. Stay tuned for updates coming up.
Update is brought to you by Webomaniacs, World of Wrestling.
Yours truly, Webomaniac, here to give you the updates all around in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with the sad note that, as we reported a little bit earlier in the show, we lost Sabu. Sabu has our hearts, our condolences to his family here at Webomaniacs, World of Wrestling. Also, surgery's been taking place here in the world of wrestling as both Jake the Snake Roberts, who underwent heart surgery, successfully is in recovery as we speak of this report. Also, Jim Ross, good old JR, has been diagnosed with colon cancer. He's scheduled to have the surgery and more is to follow in the week to come. We'll say our prayers for good old JR. One of the best to ever do it, and is, in fact, in my eyes, a professional. Except when he went all around and going, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold. I kind of believe that's somewhat where a lot of this started, as we reported earlier in the program about announcers. Now, we have taken place in Monday Night Raw. Things are heating up as a result of the fallout of Backlash. Randy Orton wants to be the new number one contender, as he still rightfully deserves so. Even though Cena did beat him, I do see these two possibly trying to go at it at SummerSlam. That's just speculation here. We don't necessarily always deal in speculation, but that's just a feeling yours truly's got. This has been Update.
When you watching Elmo and your mom says shut it off and Elmo says shush, government Work from home, wrestlers. Bo Dallas told me to believe, so I told him, I believe I've got some bad news. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder. What did you just say to me? I said, get back to the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Now! Roman Reigns was Superstar of the Year? Did Ambrose, Rollins, Bryan, and Ziggler all refuse the award? I ain't got no type. Arm bars is the only thing that I like. Begging your parents to buy you WWE merchandise. Who impersonated John Cena better? Kurt Angle, The Miz, The Rock, Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion? You can't see me. When you tell a WWE joke around your friends, but you're the only one that gets it. When Seth looks, when Seth doesn't look. Me staring at strangers out the window when I was 5. Like teacher, like student. This isn't just a roster, it's a family. When she went through your phone while you were playing Call of Duty with the boys. Only wrestles a few times a year because he's lazy, spends 90% of his time as champion, misses a few weeks of work because of worldwide pandemic, gets stripped of his title. I'm the face that runs this place. If anyone wants to step up, come and try. Hi. Well, the man came around, and you can't see Cena, but we'll see you next week.